About me. Dr. Sidney Soclof. Table of Contents.
Hi, and welcome to my lecture. I hope that you find it interesting, useful, and entertaining. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email me at my email address, drsydney@earthlink.net. That's drsydney@earthlink.net. Thank you.
I grew up in Pensacola, Florida. That's in Escambia County at the far western region of Florida, a few miles from Alabama. I graduated from Pensacola High School. After graduation, I went to the University of Florida in Gainesville. I graduated from the University of Florida with the BS degree. I then went to the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, where I got an MS degree. Then out to California to attend the University of California at Los Angeles, or UCLA, where after very many years, I got a PhD degree in electrical engineering. I taught at the California State University, Los Angeles for a total of 45 years. I now live here in Florida in the Villages. The Villages are in north-central Florida, 55 miles north of Orlando and 20 miles south of Ocala. I live in the village of Summerhill. This is one of about 80 villages, each with a population of about 1,500. The Villages has a population of over 130,000 and extends over 3 counties with an area of over 70 square miles, and still growing. Here in the Villages, I teach at the Enrichment Academy. I have also taught at other places, such as at several Rhodes Scholar programs, the Chautauqua Institution, several Osher Lifelong Learning Institutes, and other places. For many years I was also a lecturer on cruise ships. I also have over 100 ebooks on Amazon Kindle. To see my Kindle ebooks or my Amazon author page, please click on, or go to, these links. A list of my lectures and samples of ebook apps and videos are available upon request. I also have over 270 videos on YouTube. These are about travel and other subjects. My YouTube videos can be accessed by going to my channel at youtube.com/@Soclof. I now do lecturing on land and on site, and with distance learning at programs all over the country. I put together this quick demo and explanation of some of my ideas about thinking outside the box for this COVID-19 situation and beyond.
Cruise line proposal.
Thinking outside the box, a proposal for success in this COVID world time of opportunity.
We can extend, enhance, and add value to the cruise experience forward from the week or two on the water to a fortnight on land and at home in preparation.
With online Zoom-type destination, port, lectures plus orientation, embarkation, registration, health and safety lectures, in addition to mandatory testing requirements.
Here are some features of all of this.
Effective in promoting and encouraging shore excursions.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Narration for the vision impaired.
Text and captions in Spanish, French, German, or other languages for non-English speakers, as well as narration in Spanish, French, German, or other languages for non-English speakers.
Available as ebook apps for independent viewing anytime and anywhere before, during, and after the cruise on smartphones, tablets, laptops, or desktop computers.
Ebook apps in various customizable formats for viewing online or offline.
Conveniently available as videos for broadcast 24/7 directly to guest staterooms.
Will not compete for venues or scheduling with other shipboard events and programs.
Will not have the limitations of lectures videotaped on the ship in terms of video and audio quality.
Designed to meet specifications of content, scope, and length and for your individual cruise line.
A very high benefit to cost ratio. With minimal cost and no risk, compensation only upon satisfaction.
Lectures are usually given on sea days, but on many cruises there are few such sea days between ports of call. Therefore, there is often a case where many ports are not covered by lectures. These online or video lectures can accommodate this situation, and every port of interest can be covered.
Many guests are senior citizens, and their speech processing speed has decreased. This can result in lower cognition and gaps in following the lecture.
With lectures in the form of videos, it is possible to slow down or speed up the lecture to suit one's needs.
Thinking outside the box.
This is thinking in the box. That is, the usual way of doing things.
This is thinking outside the box with new and innovative thinking. Ship and safety orientation.
How to get around the ship.
How to find your cabin.
Safety orientation.
Stateroom orientation.
COVID-19 precautions and do's and don'ts.
Cruise ship guests benefit from destination lectures about the history, geography, culture, interesting facts, points of interest, and reflections and impressions of the cities, countries, and regions related to the cruise itinerary.
My lectures are based on PowerPoint multimedia presentations with strong emphasis on the visual aspects of the presentation. Like this. with extensive use of graphics, animation, audio and video clips.
The shrine of its patrons' devotion, the world offers homage to thee. Thy mandates make heroes assemble, when liberty's form stands in view. Thy banners make tyranny tremble, when borne by the red, white, and blue.
They are designed to be interesting, comprehensive, and suitably proportioned lectures that appeal to the broadest audience and will add value to the cruise experience of your guests.
These lectures will be both educational as well as entertaining.
Individualization, surveys, feedback, and specialization.
The lectures and other information can be individualized to meet the needs and interests of the individual guest.
For example, in the case of a port destination lecture, each guest can select their own topics of interest. Some may be more interested in the history, some the geography, some the points of interest, some about shopping, and some people may want everything.
The guests can choose the lectures they want to see,
and whether to view the whole thing from the beginning, or to pick and choose individual topics.
The guests can submit online surveys and direct email feedback before, during, and after the lectures, so as to have some control over the content that they are receiving.
There are 4 parts or phases to a cruise experience.
The first is the anticipatory phase. From when the idea of the cruise is first contemplated to the actual departure from home. Videos and other literature about places on the cruise itinerary will add value to the actual cruise experience.
Then, of course, is the actual cruise itself. The onboard experience which extends for the duration of the cruise. This can include pre-cruise extensions in the departure city or region and post-cruise extensions. Videos and other literature about places on the cruise itinerary will again add value to the actual cruise experience.
The third phase is post-cruise. This is the time of reminiscence of the cruise, and it can last to a varying extent a lifetime. Here again, videos and other literature about experiences of places on the cruise's itinerary will again add lasting value to the overall cruise experience.
The fourth and final phase is thinking about the next cruise in a way. This can be the most important of all. The past cruise is already done and paid for. What's really important now is building on the past cruise by selling the next cruise. Compartmentalization. Instead of thinking about the whole assemblage of passengers or guests, which for some mega ships may number upwards of 4,000, even to 6,000, let's consider smaller groupings which we can call communities or maybe villages.
The probability of spread of contagious disease such as influenza, norovirus, and especially COVID-19 increases with the size of the group. With smaller communities aboard that mate, dine, and travel on short excursions together, the probability of contagion is greatly reduced.
Imagine some 4,000 guests being grouped into communities or villages of perhaps 30 to 40. This may be something like 15 to 20 couples. These villages can be introduced by means of online Zoom-type breakout sessions during the pre-cruise period, and as part of the plenary session.
The combination of a testing protocol before and during the cruise, ship sanitization, and limited-size villages aboard the ship. With minimal contact with other communities aboard can potentially reduce the chance of contagion aboard the ship to levels below that even of living ashore. There are many courses that I have taught, or will be teaching. From Broadway to Hollywood. In this course you will find out about the rise of Broadway as the center of the musical theater, and Hollywood as the center of the movie industry. Many music and video clips will be presented of the golden age of the Broadway and Hollywood musicals. What is global warming? Find out what global warming is, and the causes of it, including the greenhouse effect. Learn what can be done to minimize global warming and its effect. Take a journey around the Mediterranean, with visits to Spain, France, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Israel, and Egypt. A journey around the north coast of Europe. Take a journey around the north coast of Europe with visits to Russia, Estonia, Poland, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, and France. River cruises in America and Europe. Explore some of the major river cruise routes of America and Europe, including the Mississippi, Columbia, and St. Lawrence rivers in the U.S. and Canada, and the Rhine and Danube rivers in Europe.
A journey around Latin America, the Caribbean, Mexico, Central and South America. Take a trip around the Caribbean Sea. Learn about the history, geography, and points of interest in this region, including Mexico. Then go to Central America and go through the Panama Canal. Continue your journey with a trip around South America. Learn about the history, geography, and points of interest in this region with exploration of the Amazon, Tierra del Fuego, and the countries of Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Peru, and the Falkland Islands.
Henry Flagler. Henry Plant and Florida history. Learn about Henry Flagler and Henry B. Plant, their accomplishments in the development of Florida, and about the entire history of Florida from the days of the Spanish conquest up to the present day. A musical journey, from Mozart to Elvis. This will be a musical journey that takes you from the classical music of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart to the rock and roll music of Elvis. On our way we will enjoy learning about the life and music of Stephen Collins, Foster Irving Berlin, and Al Jolson, with many music and video clips for your enjoyment. The making of the modern world. For many thousands of years, things did not change much at all. Then around 200 years ago things started to change at an increasingly rapid rate. And today we have the amazing modern world with changes happening almost every day. Everything you have, see, or do, every moment of your waking day, is a result of this. Learn how, why, when, and where this all came about, and the challenges it poses for us today, including concerns about pollution and global warming. Making life more senior-friendly. This course is about some simple, easy, and mostly inexpensive things that can be done around the home to make things more senior-friendly. Examples include making computer screens easier to read, and keyboards and mice easier to use. Other examples are day clocks that tell day and date, and voice-activated devices such as Amazon's Echo. Also mentioned will be pill reminders and automatic dispensers. Table of contents.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.